1. 2002 WCF Game 6, Kings vs. Lakers. The 2002 Western Conference Finals between the Sacramento Kings and Los Angeles Lakers is often called the biggest refereeing scandal in NBA history. In Game 6, with the Lakers facing elimination, the referees called 27 fourth-quarter fouls against Sacramento. Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant repeatedly went to the free throw line, while Kings big men Vlade Divac and Scott Pollard fouled out. One of the most infamous moments came when Mike Bibby was elbowed in the nose by Kobe, yet Bibby was whistled for the foul. The Lakers won 106-102, forcing a Game 7, which they also won, eliminating Sacramento. Years later, disgraced referee Tim Donaghy claimed the NBA influenced referees to extend the series for higher ratings. Many analysts, players, and fans believe the Kings were robbed of a championship opportunity, making this one of the darkest stains on NBA officiating history. 2. 2018 WCF Game 7, Rockets vs. Warriors. The 2018 Western Conference Finals showcased the Houston Rockets against the Golden State Warriors dynasty. In Game 7, Houston collapsed after halftime, but many fans argue referee decisions fueled the Warriors' comeback. The Rockets famously missed 27 straight three-pointers, but the key controversy centered on James Harden. On multiple step-back attempts, Harden was hit on the arm by defenders like Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry, yet no fouls were called. The Rockets later submitted a 131-page report claiming the referees missed several key fouls, costing them nearly 18 points in expected value. Houston had been leading by double digits, but Golden State stormed back, winning 101-92 to return to the finals. Critics believe that the NBA's officiating protected the Warriors' dynasty, while others say Houston's shooting collapse is the true reason they lost. The debate still defines that series today. 3. 2012 ECF Game 2, Celtics vs. Heat. In the 2012 Eastern Conference Finals, Game 2 between the Boston Celtics and Miami Heat stirred major officiating controversy. The Heat, led by LeBron James and Dwyane Wade, drove aggressively to the basket, drawing constant whistles. In contrast, the Celtics felt the game was officiated unevenly, especially in crunch time. The biggest moment came when Paul Pierce fouled out with just minutes left, after being called for a questionable offensive foul on LeBron James. With their captain sidelined, Boston was handicapped in overtime. Miami won 115-111, taking a 2-0 series lead. Celtics fans argued the refs favored the superstar Heat, giving them a smoother path to the finals. Although Boston later forced a Game 7, the Game 2 whistle imbalance remains symbolic of the belief that star treatment exists in NBA officiating, especially during high-stakes playoff matchups. 4. 1998 Finals Game 6, Bulls vs. Jazz, Jordan's push-off. The 1998 NBA Finals Game 6 ended with the most iconic shot of Michael Jordan's career, but also one of the most debated no-calls. With the Chicago Bulls trailing by 1, Jordan isolated against Brian Russell of the Utah Jazz. As Jordan drove right, then crossed left, he extended his left hand, appearing to push Russell backward before rising for the jumper. The refs made no call, and Jordan drained the shot, giving Chicago its 6th championship. Many fans, especially in Utah, insist it was an offensive foul that changed NBA history. NBA officials later defended the no call, claiming Russell exaggerated the fall. Still, critics argue this is proof of superstar privilege, where refs hesitate to whistle legends in decisive moments. The shot immortalized Jordan, but for Jazz fans, it remains a symbol of what could have been. 5. 2016 Finals Game 4, Cavaliers vs. Warriors, Draymond Green flagrant. The 2016 NBA Finals turned on one controversial referee decision involving Draymond Green. In Game 4, after Green fell to the floor, LeBron James stepped over him, sparking a confrontation. Green responded by swinging his arm upward, striking LeBron in the groin area. Initially ruled a common foul, the NBA upgraded it to a flagrant one upon review. Because Green had already accumulated flagrant points earlier in the playoffs, the ruling triggered an automatic suspension for Game 5. Without Green, the Warriors lost Game 5 and momentum swung to the Cavaliers, who completed a historic 3-1 comeback to win the title. Warriors fans argued the suspension was unfair and changed the series outcome, while others believe Green's reckless play brought the punishment upon himself. Either way, this call remains a turning point in finals history. 6. 2006 Finals, Heat vs. Mavericks, Dwyane Wade free throws. The 2006 NBA Finals between the Miami Heat and Dallas Mavericks remain infamous because of the sheer number of free throws awarded to Dwyane Wade. In the six-game series, Wade attempted 97 free throws, including 25 attempts in Game 5 alone. Many of these fouls were considered soft or phantom calls, with Dallas defenders like Jason Terry, Eric Dampier, and Dirk Nowitzki often penalized for minimal contact. The turning point came in Game 3, when Miami trailed by 13 in the fourth quarter, but stormed back as Wade shot 18 free throws, saving the Heat from a 0-3 deficit. Miami went on to win the series 4-2. Mavericks owner Mark Cuban blasted the officiating, arguing the NBA engineered the Heat's comeback. Critics still say Wade's performance, while heroic, was inflated by favorable whistles, making this one of the most controversial finals ever. 7. 2010 Finals Game 7, Lakers vs. Celtics. The 2010 NBA Finals, Game 7 between the Los Angeles Lakers and Boston Celtics, was a gritty defensive battle overshadowed by free throw disparity. The Lakers attempted 37 free throws, compared to Boston's 17, sparking accusations of biased officiating. In the second half, Kobe Bryant shot 11 free throws, despite struggling from the field, while Boston stars Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen were repeatedly denied calls on drives to the rim. The pivotal stretch came in the fourth quarter, when Boston was whistled for touch fouls, while Lakers big men like Paul Gasol and Andrew Bynum benefited from lenient whistles. Los Angeles ultimately won 83-79, clinching their 16th championship. Celtics fans believe the referees ensured the Lakers' victory in a tight, low-scoring contest. While NBA officials defended the calls, critics argue this game proved how officiating can swing a championship outcome. 8. 2020 Bubble Playoffs, Nuggets vs. Clippers, MPJ no call. During the 2020 NBA playoffs in the Orlando bubble, the Denver Nuggets and Los Angeles Clippers faced off in the second round. In Game 3, with the score close late, Michael Porter Jr. was shoved in the back while going for a rebound. The contact appeared clear on replay, yet the referees made no foul call, awarding possession to the Clippers. This angered the Nuggets, who felt robbed in a critical moment. Analysts on TV also criticized the decision, calling it a missed obvious foul. Although the Clippers won that game, the Nuggets eventually mounted a historic 3-1 comeback to win the series. Still, the no call highlighted frustrations with inconsistency in playoff officiating, especially in the controlled bubble environment, where every play was magnified. Denver fans continue to cite this incident as proof that refs often ignore blatant contact in crunch time. 9. 1993 WCF Game 2, Suns vs. Sonics. The 1993 Western Conference Finals featured the Phoenix Suns against the Seattle Supersonics, and Game 2 ended in heated controversy. With the Suns trailing late, Charles Barkley repeatedly attacked the rim, but referees refused to call fouls despite obvious contact from Shawn Kemp and Gary Payton. Barkley was visibly frustrated, even yelling at officials mid-game. Fans in Phoenix believed the referees were deliberately swallowing their whistles to favor Seattle's physical style. The Suns eventually lost, falling into a 2-0 series deficit, while Phoenix rallied back to win the series in 7. The Game 2 controversy remains a prime example of inconsistent officiating hurting star players. Barkley later stated that he felt the refs didn't want to put him on the line, despite clear fouls. This game still stands as one of the most debated playoff officiating moments of the 1990s. 10. 2014 First Round, Warriors vs. Clippers, Curry fouled late. In the 2014 NBA playoffs first round, the Golden State Warriors faced the Los Angeles Clippers in a highly physical series. In Game 3, with just seconds left, Stephen Curry attempted a game-tying shot, but was clearly tripped and held by Chris Paul. The referees, however, did not blow the whistle, allowing the Clippers to secure a narrow win. Curry immediately protested, pointing to his arm and leg as he fell, but officials stood by the no call. Replays showed clear contact, and analysts widely agreed it should have been a foul, which would have sent Curry to the free throw line. Instead, the Clippers gained control of the series, eventually winning in 7 games. This moment is remembered as a blatant missed call in a crucial playoff game, fueling the long-standing debate about refs swallowing whistles against rising stars like Curry. 11. 2000 WCF Game 7, Blazers vs. Lakers, no calls inside. The 2000 Western Conference Finals Game 7 between the Portland Trail Blazers and Los Angeles Lakers is remembered for a massive fourth-quarter comeback aided by controversial officiating. Portland led by 15 points with 10 minutes left, but the Lakers stormed back. During that run, referees were criticized for swallowing whistles on Shaquille O'Neal's physical play inside while calling touch fouls on Blazers defenders. Portland stars like Scottie Pippen and Rasheed Wallace appeared to get hacked on drives without calls. Meanwhile, the Lakers benefited from leniency, especially on the iconic Kobe to Shaq alley-oop dunk that sealed the game. Los Angeles advanced to the finals, beginning their three-peat dynasty. Blazers fans still insist the referees helped engineer the comeback by tilting momentum with selective calls and no calls. While the Lakers' run was historic, this game remains one of the most debated referee-influenced collapses in NBA history. 12. 2019 Finals Game 1, Raptors vs. Warriors, Cousins moving screen. The 2019 NBA Finals Game 1 between the Toronto Raptors and Golden State Warriors had a unique officiating controversy involving moving screen calls. Warriors center DeMarcus Cousins, returning from injury, was repeatedly whistled for illegal screens, disrupting Golden State's offensive flow. While some of the calls were legitimate, others appeared ticky-tack, with Cousins barely shifting his feet. The repeated whistles killed the Warriors' rhythm, as Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson struggled to get free off screens. Toronto capitalized, with Kawhi Leonard and Pascal Siakam dominating en route to a 118-109 win. Analysts noted that screen setting had always been loosely officiated, making the sudden strict enforcement seem suspicious. Warriors fans argued the NBA wanted a competitive series instead of another Warriors blowout. Ultimately, Toronto won the finals, but this Game 1 controversy showed how officiating focus on minor details can shift momentum dramatically. 13. 2018 Finals Game 1, Cavaliers vs. Warriors, LeBron's charge, Chi block. The 2018 NBA Finals Game 1 between the Cleveland Cavaliers and Golden State Warriors featured a crucial late-game call that changed the outcome. With under a minute left and the score tied, Kevin Durant drove to the basket, colliding with LeBron James, who appeared to draw a charge. Initially, the refs called it a charge on Durant, giving Cleveland possession. However, after a lengthy review, the call was overturned to a blocking foul on LeBron. Durant sank free throws, and momentum swung to Golden State. The Warriors eventually won in overtime after J.R. Smith's infamous blunder, but the overturned call was the turning point. Many argued LeBron had established legal defensive position, while others claimed he was still moving. The NBA's rare decision to review and overturn a judgment call fueled outrage, with Cavaliers fans calling it one of the worst finals officiating decisions ever. 14. 1994 Finals Game 5, Rockets vs. Knicks, O.J. Simpson cut in. The 1994 NBA Finals Game 5 between the Houston Rockets and New York Knicks is remembered for an unusual and controversial broadcast decision rather than a referee call. Midway through the game, NBC interrupted coverage to follow the infamous O.J. Simpson White Ford Bronco police chase. Fans were outraged as the game was shown in a small corner of the screen, with most of the broadcast focused on Simpson. Although the refereeing itself wasn't controversial, the disruption in national coverage angered NBA fans, who felt a championship game had been disrespected. The Knicks eventually won the game, taking a 3-2 series lead, but the Rockets went on to win the finals in 7. This remains a historic example of how external events can overshadow the NBA, and many still debate whether NBC should have prioritized the finals broadcast over breaking news. 15. 2013 Finals Game 7, Spurs vs. Heat, Manu Ginobili foul. The 2013 NBA Finals Game 7 between the San Antonio Spurs and Miami Heat ended in controversy over a potential missed foul call. Late in the fourth quarter, with Miami clinging to a slim lead, Manu Ginobili drove hard to the basket and appeared to get hacked by Ray Allen and LeBron James. Replay showed significant contact on Ginobili's arm, but the referees made no call, forcing a turnover. The Heat held on to win 95-88, securing back-to-back championships. Spurs fans were furious, insisting the refs swallowed the whistle in the most crucial moment. NBA officials later defended the no call, saying Ginobili was out of control. Critics, however, saw it as another case of star treatment favoring LeBron in Miami. While the Heat's win was historic, this moment remains one of the most painful missed calls in Spurs finals history. 16. 2015 Playoffs, Clippers vs. Spurs, Chris Paul game winner. In the 2015 NBA playoffs first round, the Los Angeles Clippers faced the San Antonio Spurs in a thrilling 7-game series. In Game 7, with the score tied at 109, Chris Paul hit an acrobatic game-winning shot over Tim Duncan despite playing with a hamstring injury. However, on replay, Paul appeared to push off slightly with his left arm, creating separation before the basket. The referees allowed the play to stand, awarding the Clippers a dramatic 111-109 victory. Spurs fans fans argued it was an offensive foul that should have nullified the shot, while Clippers fans praised it as clutch heroics. The NBA later defended the no call, claiming the contact was incidental and within playoff standards. Regardless, the play remains one of the most debated Game 7 moments in recent memory, fueling arguments about offensive players getting leniency in crunch time. 17. 2023 playoffs. Lakers vs. Warriors. AD flopping vs. Looney. In the 2023 NBA playoffs second round, the Los Angeles Lakers and Golden State Warriors clashed in a heated series filled with officiating debates. A key controversy centered on Anthony Davis, who frequently drew fouls on Kevin Looney and Draymond Green. Warriors fans accused Davis of flopping to exaggerate contact, especially on rebounding battles. In one viral play, Davis barely brushed shoulders with Looney yet fell dramatically, earning free throws. Meanwhile, similar physical contact on the Warriors' end often went uncalled. The Lakers ended up winning the series in 6 games, but critics argued the free throw disparity tilted the outcome. The Lakers attempted over 20 more free throws than Golden State across the series, fueling complaints that referees favored Davis and LeBron. This incident reignited long-running debates about superstar treatment and playoff officiating inconsistencies, especially when physical teams like Golden State felt disadvantaged. 18. 2009 ECF. Cavaliers vs. Magic. Dwight Howard elbows. The 2009 Eastern Conference Finals between the Cleveland Cavaliers and Orlando Magic featured a controversial lack of foul calls on Dwight Howard. Throughout the series, Howard dominated inside with his strength, often throwing elbows while fighting for position. Cavaliers fans complained that Howard committed offensive fouls on screens and post-ups that went unwhistled. In Game 4, Howard caught Anderson Varejao in the face with an elbow, but referees called only a common foul, sparking outrage. Meanwhile, LeBron James faced tighter whistle scrutiny on drives. The Magic went on to win the series in 6 games, shocking Cleveland, who had the league's best record. Many Cavaliers fans still argue that the refs allowed Howard to play overly physical, tilting the matchup. This controversy remains part of the narrative that LeBron's first Cleveland stint lacked officiating fairness, especially in critical playoff runs. 1997, Finals Game 5, Bulls vs. Jazz, Karl Malone's late foul. The 1997 NBA Finals Game 5, famously known as the flu game, saw Michael Jordan battling illness to lead the Bulls against the Jazz. Late in the fourth quarter, with Chicago clinging to a slim lead, Karl Malone appeared to foul Scottie Pippen on a rebound battle, making contact across his arm. Despite the obvious hit, the referees swallowed the whistle, allowing the Bulls to keep possession and maintain momentum. Jordan finished with 38 points, leading Chicago to a critical win that gave them a 3-2 series lead. Jazz fans felt the no call robbed Utah of a chance to steal the game. NBA officials defended the referees, saying the contact wasn't enough for a foul. Still, critics point to this as an example of refs protecting Jordan's path to victory. The no call remains one of the most debated officiating decisions in finals history. 2022 playoffs. Celtics vs. Nets. Tatum buzzer beater screen. In the 2022 NBA playoffs first round, Game 1 between the Boston Celtics and Brooklyn Nets ended with a Jason Tatum buzzer beater layup. The play was beautifully executed, but Brooklyn fans quickly pointed out a potential illegal moving screen by Marcus Smart. On the final possession, Smart appeared to shuffle his feet and nudge Seth Curry just enough to free Tatum for the cutting layup. Referees let the play stand, and Boston won 115-114, taking a crucial series lead. The Celtics went on to sweep the Nets, but the ending of Game 1 sparked heated debate. Nets fans argued the illegal screen directly created the game-winning shot, while Celtics fans said it was normal playoff physicality. This moment highlighted the ongoing controversy about refs allowing moving screens in clutch situations, especially when deciding the outcome of playoff games.